Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Matters. This is our weekly webinar brought to you by Landmark Title every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We bring you the best from the real estate industry when it comes to helping you to market your real estate business. I probably say this every week, but you as a real estate agent wear many, many hats for your business. And one of them, probably your chief hat, is marketing director. So it can be a little tough sometimes to come up with ideas, to come up with the content, to really push forward, because sometimes marketing director is not everyone's forte. However, a lot of times it still falls in that category for you as a real estate agent. So we have Kurt on today from Inspections Over Coffee, and Kurt loves marketing. Him and I were just talking about how much we really enjoy the whole marketing process. And he does some really amazing things for his inspection company, marketing wise. But why we have him on today is because the things that he's doing to market his business are the exact same things that you should be doing for your real estate business. So Kurt, tell me about what we're talking about specifically today.
Well, good morning. This is a little bit of a continuation of the last time I was on, where we talked about Google My Business, because it's not enough just to have a nice Google My Business profile. You still won't get found unless Google realizes that you're a content expert, and you have to have all of the back end stuff to see, for Google to see you as a thought leader. So I'm going to give you an example. Can I share my screen? I'm not actually seeing what I look like. Let's see here. All right. Oops. Wrong page. Okay. So the first section of content. Okay. People struggle with content. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to get to that in a little bit here. But let's talk about what the end goal is. The end goal is that when someone puts real estate agent near me or realtor near me, is that at least around your own house, you'll start to build out. We talked about in Google My Business that you start to get found. But the only way that you're going to get found is if this is attached to a website that actually proves to Google that you are a thought leader. Now, I'm always surprised, and well, let me back up a little bit. I'm not just a guy with a truck and a flashlight who owns a home inspection company. So if I could tell you a little who I am and how I help people in this way, I actually own the parent franchising company. So I sell franchises. I teach people how to have successful inspection companies, which is way more nowadays than just, being that guy with a truck and a flashlight. You have to have the entire business model built out. You have to know how to do multiple services, be full service, but you also have to get social media right. You have to get marketing right. You have to give people a reason to work with you. You can't just run out there and go, I'm an inspector, please work with me. And you as a realtor should take some time and think about that, is why are people working with you? And if you could think about the why behind why they're working with you, that will start to lead you down the content path. So specific to content, here, a couple of things about content. The best part of content is, the worst part of content is it's total pain in the ass. Everybody knows that. It sucks. It's editing. It's this, it's that. It seems like the list is a mile long, but the best part of it is once you have it done, it's done forever. I'm always surprised when I talk to a franchisee in Virginia or Florida or wherever, and they go, well, I was reading your article about, or I was watching your video about. Like, this stuff takes a ton of work on the front end, but once it's done and behind you. So today I'm going to give you some ideas to make your life a little bit easier. So the first thing that you should have on your website is when you put home inspector near me or realtor near me or whatever the keyword is that has to do with your business, Google will have these questions. People also ask. So the first thing you got to do on your webpage is answer these basic questions. So to prove to you that I've actually done this, nope, wrong tab. You'll go here, and on my actual Phoenix page, because I run the Phoenix franchise, I have those questions answered. How much does the home inspection cost in Phoenix? Who pays for the home inspection in Arizona? What typically fails a home inspection? Is it worth getting a home inspection? And what is a home inspection's liability? Those are very common questions. Whenever I pulled up that search bar, those are the questions that it asked. So I answered it right on my page. Now, Beyond that, I've got, if you were to go to the back end of our blog, and again, this is great if a realtor finds it, if a buyer finds it. But again, a lot of this is just so that you have all of this home inspection, real estate related content on your website. And when Google sees that, they go, oh, this dog's talking about real estate. This guy's talking about inspections. Like, we're going to start to listen to what they're saying, and we're going to start to use their content. And it's all original content. I think last time I checked, I'm like over 50,000 words on my page or my website. So how do we get to that? Is a couple of ways. So the easiest way for me is I will create a document and I will go, I'll just start asking questions. How much does a home inspection cost? Right? I'm not going to be great at typing. How much is an inspection cost? What's the training? Okay, now let's just say I came up with 10, 15 questions and now I'm like, man, I'm totally stumped. That's not going to be great. And here's the first thing I'll tell you. You as a realtor are going to take those first 10 or 15 questions and they go, those are stupid. Everybody knows the answer to those. Let me tell you what, they do not. You have to answer the most basic questions. And if you look, like, nobody is. So when you do, trust me, people don't do real estate for a living. They buy a house once every 7 years. Just having that very, very basic information. Again, if nothing else, it gives you content. Now, let's say you're stumped. All right. You're going to go to this website. It says you're watching this, press pause or however, and write this website down, answerthepublic.com. All right. Now let's just say I did real estate. So let's just do real. Now I think you get 3 free searches a day, or you can pay for more searches if you suddenly want to do a bunch. But answerthepublic.com will give you hundreds of questions, right? So real estate questions. They do them in this little circle format. Where real estate prices are dropping, where real estate is booming, where real estate is cheap, where real estate is cheapest in the US. And you could just extrapolate all these questions out. So you pull all these questions out. And again, all I want you to do first is just create all of the questions, okay? Real estate investment, and you can go as deep as you want. You can go into any niche. You can go first-time home buyers, veterans home buyers, go into mortgages. And again, you could start to see that suddenly you're like, oh crap, I got like 50, 100, 150, 200 ideas. Great. So the first thing I would do is break them out. So what I do is I go home inspection, buyer, and then at the next section, because you want to know who you're talking to each time, home inspection, realtor. And maybe I'll go franchisee potential. That's a totally different, whatever, but just like in real estate, you got the mortgage side of things, you have the appraisal side of things, you have the title side of things, then you have different types of people buying houses, you have investors buying houses, you have first-time home buyers buying houses, you have all these different things that you guys know more about than I do. And suddenly, if you could do this, and all I want you to do is questions right now, right? You'll see why in a second. So, how much does a franchise cost? Whatever, right? Now what I'll do on my computer, you could do this on your computer, you could do it on your phone. If I just press function twice, it should work while we're on video. You see this little thing comes up and it's going to start to write everything that I'm saying out loud. So I'll stop that. So all you have to do is pour a glass of wine or do whatever you do to relax and start answering all the questions in your own voice. Don't edit, don't do anything. Just go. You'll find you'll be going for a half hour, and next thing, all stuff you already know, you're just getting it out of your head onto paper, and then you're like, boom, I now have 5,000 words, I have 10,000 words, and you're answering the questions that are right in front of you, so you hardly have to think about it. Then you go back, you edit the things for grammar and for whatever the computer screwed up, and then you can go ahead to your blog and you could start to ask the questions, and you can basically commercial build, and then you come to, so if you come to this one here, I've got a little write-up on commercial buildings and why, whatever, realtors. So what this also does is when someone asks me about a commercial building, I could just share this blog with them. Now I'm going to go to another thing here. Excuse me. Home inspection business. This would be like, once you get all that done, you should be able to literally get like 50 to 100,000 words onto your blog in that fashion. It'll take you a couple of weeks, but it's an awesome start. You're going to, and think about it. If you're like, man, that sounds like a big deal, sounds like a lot of work. That's what every other realtor around you is saying. And you know, there's 40,000 realtors in Maricopa County. So if you're one of the 100 that actually put this work in, imagine where that'll get you a year or two from now. Okay, now next couple steps, a little higher level here. What we did here, oh no, that's an actual write-up, I apologize. I have too many posts to find them all here. Agent. Okay, well, I'll go here. So I did a training session for some realtors and recorded it on Zoom, just like this is recorded. And then what we did is I sent it to this AI platform, and I think it's like $1.50 a minute or something like that. So maybe like $60 for 30, 40 minutes, $80, something like that. And basically we take the videos and you translate the videos. And now, I did 30, 40 minutes just to be talking about problems that come up based on the age of the house. And you've got this super long blog post that includes, now, again, I had to go through and edit it still. But again, it was like 20, 30 minutes. It feels like a lot, but it's really not that bad. Give everything titles and tags. And then the video is right here. So depending if you're the kind of person that wants to read it, or if you want to watch it, I'm not, by the way, I'm not doing these Zoom recordings because they get all foggy and I'm not in love with it anymore. But so that would be that way. The other thing I've done is you could actually have someone interview you, and then you do that same thing. You take that recording and you're just, people get really nervous on video for the first time and they go, well, just have someone ask you questions. I've done this at realtors are super nervous to get on camera. And I go, well, don't worry about it. I'm not giving you the questions. We're just going to have a chat. I just did one recently. It's not edited and on here yet, but it was like, how did you get your contract done with a 3-day inspection period? Like, let's talk about all the things you had to have in place for that to happen. So if I wanted to pay to have that translated, I would now have a ton more content. And so lastly, I'm going to go into video a little bit because it is content. So what I do for content for video, I've gotten to the point where I'm doing video, right? I'm actually taking all of these trainings and blocking them down to like 4 to 7 minutes, both for franchisees and for realtors, right? Because there's a lot that as realtors, you don't run into lead paint, asbestos, mold. You don't really know what we're looking for with a roof inspection, with a solar power inspection, whatever the case may be. So what I do is I actually have some lights here. The most important thing on video is lighting. So if you could set up some lights, like I have lights right here, I can show you, that go on a little thing, they charge up, they're great. Now, because I've gotten more into this, I bought like a $400 more professional light. So the videos that come out, and the most important thing you can have for videos is lighting. And here's the thing, most people don't want to listen to themselves. Most people think they suck. Here's what's great. It all can be edited, and there's no rules with your phone. Make 5 videos knowing you're going to delete them, right? Just delete them, make them, delete them, and you'll just slowly get better and slowly get better until you start to have some stuff. But the best videos you can make are about things that you already know about. So if you walk into a house, I see realtors taking stabs at like open houses. I wouldn't do anything scripted. I'm not scripted here. I literally just kind of had some pages I pulled up before we got here. I wouldn't do a PowerPoint. Don't do anything formal. Let them see your personality. Throw a couple cuss words out if that's your style. I mean, whatever the case may be, just as real as you could possibly be. That's what people are going to gravitate to. If you think about who you like celebrity-wise on TV, it's people where you see them in an interview and you're like, wow, they were so real, they were humble, they were this, and you feel like you know who they are. If you've got a favorite person you watch on Instagram or whatever, it's because you feel like you know who they are. What was I going to say? Oh, lastly, if you are going to make videos, this is what I do. Oh, let's actually go to, I have all these videos you can probably see here, need to edit. So I'm just going to go to one. These are not edited yet. And so basically I have a nice setup in my living room with a table, and I connect my iPad to there. Now you can actually see all of these different things. Those are all of the subjects, right? So this is a 9-minute video. I walk up, there I am, I'm talking, you see the lighting's pretty good. And I use the backdrop screen, as an educational platform. And then I go in, just like I'm doing now, and I go into these web pages to help me out. And again, so then I edit that, and then I can drop it on here. And again, if I want, if it's a good video, then I can have it translated, and then I have the content for the web page. But I think out of everything that I'm talking about right now, if you're totally new to making content, it's probably because you don't know where to start. So I'm just going to say that this Answer the Public is the best place to start because it's going to give you 100 questions. I mean, it doesn't matter what the subject is, if it's mold, if it's radon, if it's bad credit, if it's bankruptcy, like whatever, you could come here and you're going to get 50 ideas that you didn't have before. So I will stop my share. That's like content creation dropped into a time bomb.
That answerthepublic.com, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I am super excited about that. So
Is there any
awesome.
questions, Sarah, you think I should answer? I took 18 minutes up.
That was some really good stuff. Does anybody on here have any questions?
You know what? Before you do share, if they want to write them down, I did forget one thing I want to show them. I have a PowerPoint here. If you want to make the videos, you want to know how I did that. Where is it here? iCloud. Oops. Oh, come on. My mouse is a little crazy. Videos to be made. So all I did is I made one PowerPoint. Come on, open up. Here we go. And basically, this is my backdrop, just this one PowerPoint thing here. So I made a black thing, I made the logo, my name, and then I just changed this. So you can see here, I've actually got 102 slides. That means I probably have about 70 videos that I'm planning on making. So you got real estate training, don't let mold kill your deal. I come down here. And what's great is you ever have that morning when you wake up at 3:30 in the morning and you're like making coffee and you're like, I don't know what to work on. I just go, hey, what do I want to make videos about? I don't have to make the video. I don't have to be in the mindset, all that stuff. So franchise FAQs, what is the franchise fee for? What's the so I'm going to do little 4 or 5 minute videos on all of these, and I'll just do 10, 20 at a time. I drop them here, and then they start the whole editing and processing, getting them online. So I meant to add that too, and I forgot. So that's that.
Nice. And Kurt, what type of software do you use for your video editing?
iMovie on a Mac. It's free. And once you learn how, you could take a 20-minute tutorial and you'll be a better video editor than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, if anybody has a Mac, iMovie really is incredibly user-friendly.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with Premiere Pro as well, but that's way more in depth, and you're getting on the verge of very professional level there with color matching and white balance, and which you can actually do some of that on iMovie, but you don't really need to usually.
Yep. Well, that was really good. Kurt, could you please put your contact information in the chat window in case anybody does want to reach out to you, in case they have any other questions, and then we'll throw that into the YouTube as well. Speaking of YouTube, did you launch your YouTube channel?
The one that I didn't have, no, you put me on the spot and I have to be honest, I have not.
That's okay. I mean, just
What
a
else?
reminder.
If you want to be honest, what I'm actually going to do is make a blog post and I'll embed that YouTube channel page and I'll say, hey, here's where I talk to some realtors about Google My Business and how to go deep with it. So I'll actually repurpose the content that you own onto my website.
Perfect. I love repurposing content, right? Well, let's go ahead. If anybody does have any questions, please put them in the chat or the question and answer window, or reach out to Kurt directly. He is pretty awesome.
Yeah, while we're waiting for questions, can I just throw a little bit out about the business?
Yeah.
So we are a full service inspection company, commercial, environmental, residential. We're twice as thorough as anybody out there. We're also twice as quick. I did a 3,000 square foot house yesterday with mold. We were done in 2 hours. And you could see our sample reports. That house had 25 videos, color coding. It's miles ahead of what I make the joke that the rest of the inspection industry is stuck in the 90s. But we do thermal imaging on every single house. We do recall reports for all of the appliances. We do property history reports, and all of our inspectors are drone licensed, so there's no inaccessible roofs. And you'll find we're really friendly. We're inspections over coffee. We do actually bring coffee to the inspection. We have a little sneaky way of doing that. So if your client asks for it, we have that. But we've spent 15 years making 1% improvements every single day. And so you'll see that and experience it if you give us a shot. And we're highly competitive on price. So, and then full service, we know about radon, mold, lead paint, asbestos. So we won't scare your clients with any of that stuff. We'll give them the real answers. We know what the EPA says about stuff. And, we just want to take good care of our realtors and our clients.
Awesome. Thanks, Kurt. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with a couple of classes that we have coming up. We are kind of winding down the class season. A lot of you will be headed out of town, I know, coming up at the end of May. So let's get these classes in. Prescott, I'm coming up again. I'm coming up next week. We're going to actually do 2 Reels classes, one at 9 a.m. and one at 12 p.m. So if you are a Prescott agent on here, please come attend one of our classes. Reels are the best. Kurt and I were just talking about video marketing. This is a great other video marketing tool for your real estate business, gets you out there, gets you exposed. And just like so many of the realtors out there, there's not a lot of people utilizing this. So get on the front of this. It's super fun, super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And then we've got our CE class coming up. This will round out our spring CE season. We do these every month on the 3rd Thursday of the month from 10 to 1 p.m. So this will be the last one before we break for summer. So if you are interested in attending the CE class, please, please, please register. It's on Zoom, so it's easy to get these credits and stay on top of all of the credits that you need to get. Then I think that's it, guys. I've got a couple of blank pages, but that is it for us today. Like I said, we are kind of wrapping up a lot of stuff, but when it's not as busy with real estate, which we're seeing right now, is a great time to work on your marketing. So please, please think of us on the marketing front. We'd love to help you. We've got a great business development team here at Landmark Title. So if you're thinking about things that you would like to implement in your real estate business, marketing wise, please reach out to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Patty, Michelle, Michael, and then we have Tom in the Kierland office as well. So we are happy to help you implement any of these content ideas into your real estate business. And then, as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and bringing great content like we covered today. We also offer not only marketing help, but full title and escrow services. Yes, that's the root of what we actually do. So we have 7 offices across the valley to service you, as well as one in Prescott. So we'd love to be considered on the next contract to help you process that, get it done, and do an amazing job. So please think of us at Landmark Title. And thank you, Kurt, for coming out today. That was really good content. This is a video I think I'm going to watch again.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for the invite.
As always.